Well, students, we're gonna keep working on your clay suns. We'll be able to finish them up today. First part that I would like you to do, please just check to make sure if you've got pieces, you might need to wiggle them to see if they're loose. If they're loose, definitely take them off, move them over to the side. I do remember putting the nose on with score and slip. If you need to do any smoothing, please do that. Now, once you've checked that stuff, then I would like you to start attaching the pieces from last time. So sometimes in order to know where the scoring is gonna go, if you just put some water and you stamp it, there's a little circle right there of where I would need to put my score marks. Make your rough texture, score this, make your rough texture, make a little more slip, and then take it and press it down. That will be enough to stick it on. So these littler pieces, if they're really tiny like this one, just put some water on it, water, stick it down. If there's any bubbles that come out from underneath, make sure to press it down so that any air is not trapped under those shapes. Do the same thing with this. Just kind of check and see. Yep, I can see that little triangle shape, so I'm going to score inside that. You don't want to score outside of it because then you'll have spots that you need to smooth. So score that, make your slip, press it down. Just smooth that edge just a little bit. This is a little piece, so I just put some water on it. Take it, stick it on there with some water. For the mouth, put some water on here. I'm gonna stamp it on so I can see what it's gonna look like. That's where I need my score marks. Score it. Stay inside. I almost got outside the line right there. I was going too fast. I'll smooth that out. Score the back of this. Then make your slip, put your slip on here, press those together. Okay. Once you press everything down, I want you to check to see, well, what else do you need? If you have pieces like this, like maybe that would make like a cool cheek shape. You can take these tools, just take the popsicle stick out and cut it. If you wanted to use it up here maybe as an eyebrow shape, or over here, just kind of figuring out what might look cool. I can even bend it a little bit, and that could work out as a cool cheek shape. So I'm going to take that, put some water on here, know where to score it right in there, score this. Once again, make my slip, stick them together, okay? Now, there is extra clay at your table too, so any of these, if you don't have any pieces that you saved from last time, you can take some of this. I'm gonna make the other side of the nose, just rolling a little ball of clay like this, press it out. I would never smush anything to the table because it'll get stuck to the table. Since this is small, I don't need to score it, I just need to make my slip, stick that on, and then I'm gonna roll out a line for some eyebrows. Roll that into a ball. Roll it up and down like this. If the table's wet, it won't roll, so that's why I kind of dried it off with my hand. And then I would use my whole hand, rolling it from the bottom of my finger, or the top of my fingers, all the way to the bottom of my hand. Now that will make a couple eyebrows. I can just trim those. And then these are small enough also that I can just stick them on with some water. Okay. Last part, my favorite part, using the tools to make designs and textures. So press that on if you need to pick it up and just check to make sure that everything's good, everything's smooth. You don't want this to be too wet, because if it's too wet, you won't be able to put your designs on because they'll just be sticking to the clay. One of the other reasons that we're going to do designs is that will help press things down too. So here, I'm just going to smooth that, make sure everything looks like my best. Once everything is smooth, if you do need to go around here and just kind of smooth those edges, please go around, make sure that nothing is sharp, because once these go through the kiln, any jagged pieces will be extra sharp. So here, I check that out. That all looks good. I'm gonna set it back on my paper. If some of the line gets kind of smushed, you can always just take it, put that line back on there. Now, I'll show you a few different designs that I like to do with the tools, and we'll start off, let's do this one. This knife tool, I think, makes kind of a good texture to stamp kind of a design like this. Now, it can get flipped over, and you can make, like, I could do the pupil, the eye like this, like it's winking. But I can also use a stick tool. If I use the round end and just twist it, it can make a circle. Let's do another tool. Let's do this one. This one can do some broken line. This makes some straight line. So here, I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna be gentle, put some designs right here on that part. Then I'm thinking for this, let's do that also around these rays. Please be gentle so you don't push it on so hard that it smushes and cuts the clay. Then let's see, what else should I do? If someone's working with a tool, please use something else so you're not just waiting and then share. Then let's see what else could be good. This tool kind of is a rounded line already, so I think that could work good right here on this part of the mouth. We'll do that here, but then I'm gonna need to rotate it and turn it, so I can do that on this side too. Then let's see what else could be good. This tool is the same as the knife tool. It's a little more round. That could create a good indentation here for the nose. And then maybe on this side, I'm gonna just use, instead of the broken line, let's use the straight line, and I'll stamp some straight lines on here. Then let's get something on the eyebrows. I'm gonna use, instead of this side, I'm gonna flip it over. I'm gonna use that side. Well, let's do this one, because I can flip this over and use this design too. Then I'm gonna turn it so I can do a design here. You may keep the background, this part, smooth. If you would like to, you can put a design back here as well. So maybe I'm gonna do just a little design with my finger here. Just make sure that it's not bumping into other stuff or messing up any of your design. So that's why I'm kinda being cautious about that. We'll put one up here too. Now, I think that looks good. Got all my textures, I got all my designs. I'm even thinking, since I didn't use this tool, maybe I do that around here. You could add eyelashes or something else too. So that's definitely my favorite part. If you wanted to take it and make some eyelashes or something, you could do that too. If you get done, I'll give you some directions about what else can happen, and I'll probably have you start bringing these up with your name tags. And at the end, I would like you to put any extra clay in the middle. These big tools, I do want you to take them, put the rubber band around it, and twist it on. And then the stick tools, they stay separate. So these are gonna stay at your table, almost like we have you bring these up. So let's have fun finishing our clay suns.